Hello and welcome back to me playing Oxygen Not Included in hard mode. Oops, eating twice the amount of calories, getting stressed out easily. So what do I want to do? So in last episode I built this, a research reactor as well, some infrastructure around it, lots of water ready to go, ready to be cooled, ready to be put inside there. But I don't want anyone to put anything in there until I have the actual protective suits. So I got this area cleared out. And I'm going to, in the same way that I did this with the ammo suits, I'm going to build something here, essentially going to be a dip down station where I can ensure that the vacuum won't be lost when they go through. Actually, one thing, I don't want this oxygen, hydrogen to temporarily ruin the vacuum, so how about we build like this instead. Alright, so we'll start on there. So that's the goal, is in this episode, at least the first one, the homeworld, is to build these lead suit stations. And if I'm going to have a lead suit station, well, I know we're going to need some lead suits. We'll make 4 of those. And we can make worn forever. Make sure that is worn. Unlike the 100 or so, 200 or so masks that I created earlier in this playthrough. Okay, so that is good. That will get things going here. Let's check this asteroid. Now, this asteroid has this building, interplanetary launcher. It's being filled up with some natural gas. Currently, I'm loading some crude oil in here in a vacuum area, taking that back home the old way. But eventually I'll be sending crude oil in here as well. Now, I don't mind turning this on. In fact, it's currently on. It's just missing the red ones. I worry about turning this on because of the amount of power that it consumes. So I want to do 2 tricks to increase the amount of power. One is daytime power, and that's the easy bet. That's just pretty much just add solar panels. So I'll do that first. Alright, so that's all the glass we have available to us. So let's, how about this? How about I build a path up like this? Temporarily take that one out. Make a path like this so those dupes can get started on that. I'm going to want some heavy wires. Make that out of iron. It's going to visit these solar panels. Connect this right there. Now I've got lots of sand, so I actually could produce more, but I'll get that one. But there's just that space, and I could probably get 2 more. That's going to be enough. Let's build that, and then I'll do the second bit of the phase. It's just filling in some water here. Install electrolyzer in the area. Now I'm going to put in the stations for the check suit. So I need the lead suit checkpoint. It's going to point in this direction. These things are big. Made out of lead. I've got lots of lead with me. I'll start with 2. Can add more later. They're going to need oxygen provided to them. Where is my closest oxygen line? Right here's where I'll tee into that. One thing I don't want to have happen is have a zone where ammo suits and the lead suits can meet in the same spot, which is the way it is right now. So what I'm going to do is build a floor right here. There are tiles right here and here. This is just going to prevent anyone from putting on an ammo suit and getting up in this area. So the ammo suit area will be for use down in here, and the protective suit will be everything that is up here. A little bit of petroleum is leaked down. How much actually? Let's mop. It's not too much. Just mop that up. But lots of water. Can see that is overpressured. So maximum amount of water. I did have a second one, so if I want to add more at any point, I can. I won't do that just yet. Let's make 2 tiles, and this is just going to separate the 2 zones. So these suits are ready to go. Now build a path out here. Now I've got these bins to store some enriched uranium, which is what I need to put in here. One of the dupes needs to do that. Now earlier I was actually a bit worried about having this machine enabled, and then I realized I don't have enriched uranium, so it wouldn't actually matter. But I'm going to build this first, turn that off. And I gotta find some enriched uranium. So I'll let the dupes work on that. Let's check on these guys. Everything's looking really good here. So another solar panel here. Please don't get trapped, dupes. Now the next thing I want to put in is a smart battery that controls whether this is on or not. So build a smart battery. It's going to be someplace not in space because I need it to be temperature controlled. So that's going to connect to the power network. And I'm going to have an OR gate. This OR gate essentially is going to determine whether these steam turbines run or not. So I'll have to have one input for the temperature gauge. Let's decide how to best do this. Put it like this. So I need to have one input that is connected to the temperature gauge. So I'll do that here. Can make this out of lead. And that's going to send a true signal to the steam turbine. So basically what this is saying is it's going to say if it's too hot, then run, or if we're in need of power, then run. I believe, if I've done this in a while, I believe this is the one that needs a not after it. Basically say, no, I don't, I think I got that wrong. I'll try it without first. But I believe it's basic, yeah, the smart battery will tell it, I can configure it, and it'll say what point do I want this to run, maybe 90%. That's not going to do anything until this turns to steam. But when it eventually does turn to steam and goes over, let's say, I'll make this 200, well, not 2,000, that's too much. So as an escape route, if this gets to be 200, these things can go off and cool things down, but it'll maintain it to about 199 or so degrees when it gets to that point. And that way, at nighttime, when solar panels go down, this thing can tell the steam turbines keep running, because the idea is I don't want to shut this thing off, even for a small period like overnight, because I'll lose all my rad volts, and my home world will never get any natural gas. So now I need some enriched uranium, and I happen to know some friends that produce them really well, these little guys. So I just have to decide how to get there. I've seen this one is actually buried. I wouldn't mind digging that one out. I could either go through here, which is a really cold zone, or I can go here. But the problem is that I worry about going through here. That's going to add too much heat. So let's go through the cold zone instead. Destroy this, destroy this. Dig some tiles out, and the idea is I want to add some insulation underneath, essentially protect this coldness from going up and into this area, and as well as the heat from going down into this area, infecting the betas. Sea Colony achievement earned. Let's take a look. Down the hatch. Produced 10 tons of refined metal by ranching smooth hatches. There it is. You've eaten. That's produced gold. Because I'm feeding you gold. Or no, cobalt ore. But yeah, you've been busy. Alright, so nice thing about that is it produces it consumes 25% of the metal ore in the process, but it doesn't provide any heat. But I'm not really worried about heat because I have a metal refinery. Okay, so I did not think it was a great idea for these dupes to go in this really cold zone without some sort of protection from the environment. So that's why I built this. So one thing I haven't done yet is put some brine or liquid on top of these steam turbines. So I'll do that now. It's just going to allow the steam turbines to interact with the liquid, which will interact with the pipes that are carrying the brine line through. So I want about 75 kilograms, and we'll turn that off. So as I'm making my way down, just adding more insulation. I'm going to build some doors, just that these little critters can't escape the zone that they're in. So it looks like the interplanetary launcher is full of natural gas. Let's plug in the Red Bull generator. So now that's going to obviously be consuming power, a significant amount of power, but it's also going to produce red bolts. And we're going to have our first interplanetary launch. It's going to be sending natural gas back to the home world. So I'll be back when this thing is full. So 49 of 50. There it is. Red Bull is going into the planetary launcher. Okay, so that's not enough to launch one, but it does give me some red bolts into it. And if I get enough, I'll be able to actually launch it. I have a choice of minimum launch, so might as well put that to maximum. No sense launching until this thing is full. So I'll be back again once this is full. So what am I doing in the meantime? The dupes in this world are loading in some material because they know that one of the dupes is going to be leaving. That's Explorer. And Homeworld would love to have more resources: lead, iron ore, fossil, all that, as well as coal. And we'll go, just before I leave, let's check on the Homeworld, because I was digging to get some rich uranium. Dig path to get to that one as well, so I'll have access to 2 of these beta hives. Red Bull going into this. So after the second one, there we are. It's at least opening and actually shooting. So that is sending a payload out into space. I can even see it in this perspective. You can click on it, you can see it's 200 kilograms. Even tells you the temperature. And it says it's going to be there in 0.3 cycles. 0.2 cycles now. So I've reached the first beta hive. There's no betas around. I'll enable auto harvest. So dupes can collect enriched uranium. See, is there any in this? There is. 2 tons, or 2.5 tons. And I'll be making my way over here, and I'll do the same thing, enable auto harvest. See, colony achievement earned. My guess is someone went here and retrieved some and was not stung. Yeah, sweeter than honey. Extract uranium from a beta hive without getting stung. Well, that's pretty easy when there's no betas around the environment. And slowly checking off one of the last places that has zombie spores. It's been contained in this area. When all these tiles are built, there'll be no more zombie spores, which is a good thing. You can see my first interplanetary payload has landed. Now I can build an opener to extract that, but I don't need natural gas at the current time, but I'll be cooking with it eventually. Let's go over here, because now I have built up enriched uranium. Now I don't want to put it all, or as much as I can, into this, because I don't want this to run forever or for a very long time. I want it to run for a very short period of time. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put in some manufactured material, enriched uranium. I want to say exactly how much I want. let's start low, 5 kilograms. It's going to be a higher priority than this one. Now, up here, I have this disabled, so dupes, no, do not put it in the reactor at this time. I just want you to move it over here. Scientists did the good job of doing that, so I'm going to actually tell all the dupes you can't go in and out with this room, meaning scientist is trapped in here. They're trapped with 5 kilograms of enriched uranium. They can't reach this bin, so that is all they have access to. They're idle right now because they don't have anything to do, but I'm going to make a save here. And call this Research Reactor. It's been a while since I played with the Research Reactor, so there's a good chance I might be reloading back from this point, but we'll see how this goes. So they have access to 5 kilograms and only 5 kilograms. So let's enable this. That's basically going to tell scientists, you know what? I want that loaded. And scientists is just going to sit there and be like, wait, what? Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. Alright, so that needs to be built now. Do you have any you do have steel. Okay, so you're going to go build that. Alright, this is going to be a 2-step process. Step 1. Where are you going now? Oh, okay, pick up the steel. That's fair, that's fair. Okay, and then you're going to go over here. You're going to do this. You're going to connect automated wire, and that's going to send a signal. Oh, you want me to load that? Well, I have 5 kilograms worth. That's all I have. So I'll grab that at least for you. So scientist goes down. And out of the bin, they gotta take their suit off, and they do a little dance. Oh, they're hungry. You know what? Just, you can do it. There's gonna be food available for you when you're done. You're not gonna starve. So you go take that 5 kilograms and you throw it in a research reactor. And I'll just put it in this perspective. We'll see how quick this turns on. Was there a point? Oh, yeah. That's the other thing, too. I didn't actually connect this with water. Which is fine, because right now, material can sit in there. So I want to give scientists the notion that, okay, you can go. You can get your food. But now we're watching water make its way up. The nice thing about it, the scientist wasn't exposed to any radiation, though they had protection. Let's watch this in radioactive overlay. So once water starts to get in here, boom! Oh, forget how that was a little bright. Yeah, and then there's no point in doing this unless I turn this on. So this sensor's seeing, okay, yeah, the radiation, is it over 1,000? Yeah, it's way over 1,000. You're fine, you can have power. I also specifically have to tell this thing to run as well. So the Red Bull generator is exposed to much more radiation, like say 10,000 at this point. So unlike the other planet where I had to go away and between each Red Bull launch, I'm on slow speed right now. Look how fast it's going on slow speed. I'll let one shoot out first. Make sure that it's. I in fact do have the right path. Maybe have one of these Red Bull reflectors in the wrong way. Sometimes that happens. It's just going to go through here, into here, into here. Boom. And I can nominate some research. Let's research this, the pressurized forge. Reason for that is I'm going to get a lot of wasted red bolts, and I might as well put it in that forge. Let's watch this happen in faster speed. So we get a red bolt. Boom. And then halfway through the next one, a little bit of load time just because we're at the start of the day. But the moment that that picks up, it's just a short amount of time, then another one. At this point, so what I want to have happen Does this send a false signal? So the next one that shoots should go through this and not hit the ground there. Like this. There we go. Awesome. Let's check this asteroid out first of all. How are we doing for loading stuff? Nothing, nothing yet. Still want to kill off all this. Removed all the spore from there. Zombie spore. So just 2 tiles left, and that's it for zombie spore. Unless I missed somewhere else. I don't think I have. Alright, let's this is the weirdest thing. The interplanetary launcher has to clean itself every now and then. Shiny new, and boom, another one is sent. It's sending natural gas over to my world at home. Alright, so all that's left is just to load this up with more resources, more iron ore, more lead, more iron, fossils even. Then Explorer will go home. I'm going to get Miner to stay here. I need someone to attend this machine. Let's check the temperature. This has slowly been increasing in temperature. It was like 19, now it's 20.5, so I may very well need some radiant pipes to go around this. So I'll keep a dupe here to do some of those maintenance, some of those expansions, and just in case something went wrong, as well as the fact that there's a lot left to mine. And I could have that brought here, and then someone can come back later on with a rocket, and then we could load it up. So I'm going to aim to have a few more canisters or bins of lead, iron ore, and all that stuff. And I can even put how much? I didn't even check how much crude oil. 2 to 3 tons. So yeah, I'll aim to have a bit more. And that is the research reactor running. So now I've got some nuclear waste, so I'm gonna have to watch that. We're out of power. Oh yeah. Okay, because that's right. I only put in 5 kilograms of enriched uranium. Now, let's see, where is water's going to be sitting in the input line. The only thing I'm not understand. Oh, yeah, because I was like, why does it say 200 and that's because it's grams, not kilograms, Jer. Get your units together. Okay, I was a bit worried there. So it looked like it's shut down, and I guess 247 grams isn't enough to do the next reaction. One thing I don't like about the research reactor, it doesn't tell you much. It doesn't. I was waiting delivery, you can accept 175 kilograms, but it doesn't tell you how much it consumes a second. That's what I love to know. I'd love to know, okay, I obviously it's enough, 5 kilograms is enough to easily fill this up for me. But and even if you go in this perspective, it's still, there's nothing here that says how much per second or cycle is consumed. Anyway, I'm sure there's something online that says, but I think that's one gripe about this game is it forces you to go online for so many random little facts like that. Anyway, it's all right. But there it is, Research Reactor in a minimized form. So minimized meaning short duration, don't let it run to the point it overheats. Certainly don't let it run to the point that you get nuclear reaction, but you get your small amount of red bolts that you need, and then you can go put in some more. There's going to be phase 2 to this, where I don't have to do this. I can tell the dupes put in all the enriched uranium, and you won't have to add new water. It'll just do recycled water, as well as generate a ton of power, a ton of red bolts. That's later now. That's later on though. Right now, what's next after this? I want to research the red bolt engine, because I now can produce a lot of red bolts. Let's replace these pathetic carbon dioxide engines that are taped together, barely go anywheres. and we can put some some telescopes on things. We can start to find out what the heck some of these things are, as well as advance the base. Well, thank you for watching. This has been an exciting episode. I've enabled the Research Reactor. I have interplanetary launcher running. I'm sending all kinds of new material back to my homeworld, and I'm going to be starting the process of building a red bolt engine. Thanks for watching, and thanks for any likes, comments, and I will see you in a future video. Till then.